It starts with a mistake that feels almost trivial. A rented DVD, forgotten on a shelf, days pass, then weeks. When the fine arrives, it is unexpectedly high. For most people, it would have been an annoyance, soon forgotten. For one person, it became the seed of an entirely new business. In the late 1990s, video rental stores were everywhere. Late fees were part of the system, accepted as normal. Reed Hastings, a software entrepreneur, experienced this frustration firsthand. That moment sparked a simple question. What if renting movies did not come with penalties at all? What if convenience, not punishment, was the core of the service? Netflix was founded in 1997 by Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. The name Netflix came from the combination of two ideas. Net referred to the internet, which was still young but full of promise. Flix was a casual reference to movies. The name suggested something modern, informal, and connected to a new way of accessing entertainment. At the beginning, Netflix had nothing to do with streaming. The original business model was based entirely on DVD discs shipped by mail. Customers would order movies online and receive them at home in distinctive red envelopes. After watching, they would send them back. There were no late fees, just a monthly subscription. It sounded appealing, but also risky. DVD discs were fragile, postage was expensive, and broadband internet was not yet widespread. The early years were difficult. Netflix burned through cash quickly. Logistics were complex, and competitors were far bigger. Traditional rental chains dominated the market, with physical stores on every corner. Among them was Blockbuster, the undisputed leader. Netflix was small, experimental, and constantly close to failure. In 2000, facing financial pressure, Netflix made a bold and humbling move. Reed Hastings approached Blockbuster with an offer to sell the company for $50 million. The proposal included helping Blockbuster move into online rentals while Netflix handled the technology. Blockbuster declined. Executives reportedly laughed at the idea. To them, Netflix looked like a niche service with little future. That rejection became one of the most famous missed opportunities in business history. But at the time, it was simply another setback. Netflix returned to survival mode, refining its service and improving its recommendation system. One important innovation was the use of algorithms to suggest movies based on user preferences. This made the experience feel personal and kept customers engaged. Gradually, the model worked, subscriptions grew. The absence of late fees built trust and loyalty. Netflix reached profitability in 2003 and went public the following year. Still, the company remained vulnerable. The DVD by mail business depended on physical media, and technology was evolving fast. The true turning point came when Netflix began to think beyond DVDs. Hastings believed that streaming would eventually replace physical formats, even though the technology was not fully ready yet. Internet speeds were inconsistent, and licensing digital content was expensive. Despite this, Netflix invested early. In 2007, it launched its streaming service, allowing subscribers to watch content instantly online. This decision changed everything. At first, streaming was limited, both in quality and catalog, but the direction was clear. While competitors focused on protecting old models, Netflix embraced a future that was uncertain but inevitable. As broadband improved and devices multiplied, streaming became the center of the business. Growth accelerated. Netflix expanded internationally, entering new markets with local strategies. Another major shift followed: original content. Instead of relying only on licensed movies and shows, Netflix began producing its own. This reduced dependence on external studios and allowed creative freedom. Series like House of Cards signaled that Netflix was no longer just a distributor, but a studio. Meanwhile, Blockbuster struggled to adapt. Burdened by physical stores and late fee revenue, it failed to move decisively into digital services. Within a decade of rejecting Netflix's offer, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. Netflix, once dismissed, had become the dominant force in home entertainment. Netflix's journey was not free of controversy or mistakes. Price changes upset customers. Competition increased as other companies launched their own platforms. Yet Netflix maintained a core principle: adapt early, even when it feels uncomfortable. Internally, this philosophy shaped its culture, emphasizing flexibility, responsibility, and long-term thinking. The key lesson from Netflix's business story is clear and quietly powerful. Innovation often begins with a small irritation and grows through the courage to challenge accepted norms. Netflix succeeded not because it predicted the future perfectly, but because it was willing to abandon its own successful model before it became obsolete. In doing so, it reminds us that progress belongs to those who are willing to change first, while others are still laughing.